We've all felt pain, haven't we? It's a part of life. But here's the thing, pain will shape you, one way or another. The real question is, will you let it carve you gently into something stronger, or will you let it shatter you violently? Think about Jonah. From a young age, his life was a collection of disappointments, failed exams, friendships that fell apart, and a constant echo of criticism from those around him. Every single hurt, every little failure didn't just disappear. Instead, it hardened inside him, twisting into a quiet, simmering anger that he carried everywhere. One afternoon, a stranger accidentally bumped into him on a crowded street. Jonah snapped. He unleashed a wave of frustration that was completely out of proportion. The stranger, an older man with kind eyes, didn't get angry back. He just looked at Jonah calmly and said, "You're not angry at me. You're angry at everything you never healed." Those words hit Jonah like a physical blow. They stopped him in his tracks. He stood there, speechless, as the stranger disappeared into the crowd. The anger he felt just moments ago was replaced by a hollow, ringing silence in his mind. Later that night, Jonah sat alone in his small room, the city lights painting patterns on his wall. He couldn't stop thinking about what the stranger had said. He wasn't living his life. He was just reacting to it. Every decision, every interaction was dictated by the ghosts of old wounds. He was a prisoner of his own past, and he hadn't even realized it. The next morning, something inside him shifted. He took a marker and wrote a simple sentence on his wall, right where he would see it every day. "Pain ends when honesty begins." That was his new starting line. He began the difficult work of being honest with himself. He admitted how much things had hurt. He finally allowed himself to cry for the first time in years, letting go of the pressure to always be strong. He thought about the people he once hated, and instead of anger, he chose forgiveness, not for them, but for himself. Most importantly, he forgave himself for not being perfect. Slowly, day by day, the tight grip of anger began to loosen. It was like a heavy chain around his chest was finally rusting away, link by link. Jonah learned a powerful truth. Healing wasn't a sign of weakness. It was the ultimate act of reclaiming his freedom. He discovered that vulnerability wasn't something to be afraid of. It was the path back to himself. So, remember Jonah's story. Don't let old pain control your present life. You have the power to decide who you become. You can let it break you, or you can use it to build a stronger, freer version of yourself. If you're on a healing journey, to know that you're not alone. Stick around, because there are more stories like this coming your way. Thanks for listening.